There's also a big development this afternoon in the case against Casey Anthony. Casey was back in court this morning for a motion hearing. Prosecutors wanted to know who was paying her legal bills, but that question did not get answered in open court. We have live team coverage this afternoon, beginning with Channel 9's Kathy Bellich. And Kathy, there are lots of fireworks that happened in court this morning.
Yes, there were, especially as the hearing was ending between the prosecutors and the defense, and even the judge showed his disgust for it. It started at the end when the defense insinuated that prosecutors have been leaking information and actually asked the judge to caution them against discussing publicly what they had just discussed with Casey moments earlier about her finances behind closed doors. Now, this morning, Casey Anthony swore under oath to tell the truth and swore that what she said in her signed affidavit was true, that there are no deals to sell her story, and that she has not authorized the defense to sell her story. And after answering a series of questions about that in open court, Casey Anthony went behind closed doors with the judge, prosecutors, and the defense, and presumably got more specific about how Casey is paying her legal bills. She has 2 attorneys on retainer. We did hear that in open court. The judge came back afterward and said he was satisfied that there are no conflicts of interest, but said it was his obligation to be sure. The defense has admitted to selling images of Casey and Kaylee since last fall. We know that they've received almost $200,000 for some of those photographs.
I've told everyone all along that the defense has not done anything unethical in any way, shape, or form.
Now, once again today in court, Casey Anthony was dressed casually yet conservatively with a navy pullover sweater and gray pants. Now, they did not discuss today that controversial jail videotape of Casey Anthony the day that Kaylee's remains were found that reportedly shows her reaction to that news. The defense had said it wanted a hearing about that issue before that tape is released to try to stop that from happening. That hearing has not been scheduled yet. Reporting live from the Orange County Courthouse, Kathy Bellich, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
There's also a new development this afternoon in the civil lawsuit against Casey. 2 former Anthony family private investigators are testifying today under oath. Jim Hoover is answering questions in a deposition by attorneys for Zenaida Gonzalez right now. Gonzalez is suing because she has the same name as the mystery nanny whom Casey blamed for Kaylee's disappearance. Channel 9's Mark Boyle is live in Orlando with the latest. Mark, you spoke with Jim Hoover before he gave his deposition. What did he say?
Well, he did not back down from our cameras when he walked inside John Morgan's office right here. He is still there, been there for 2 hours now. John Morgan wants to know everything he knows about Zenaida Gonzalez.
No evidence.
George and Cindy Anthony's former private investigator, Jim Hoover, looked calm and collected this morning. He arrived for his recorded deposition at John Morgan's downtown Orlando office before 10 o'clock. What are you going to be saying this morning?
Good morning. What else can I say?
Line right, please. Well, John Morgan hopes to get a lot out of him. Morgan's client, Zenaida Gonzalez, is suing Casey Anthony for defamation. Casey claims Gonzalez kidnapped Kaylee and was the last one to see her alive.
What we expect today is just to kind of continue to connect the dots and of this relationship with Zenaida Gonzalez to find out what these investigators knew and when they knew it.
John Morgan told Channel 9 he plans on spending quite a while grilling Hoover in his own courtroom about why he spent so much time at the scene where Kaylee's body was eventually found.
We just don't understand how these people all of a sudden showed up at this scene and knew where to go and kept going back and poking around at this very same place. I mean, of all the places to keep going.
Hoover says he has an answer.
As a private investigator, you document what you do to validate what you say. It's just that simple.
One of the ways that we prove our case is if we prove who committed this murder. And so if we prove who committed this murder, we prove that Zenaida didn't.
Now, once Jim Hoover is finished with his deposition, John Morgan will question the other private investigator, Dominic Casey. That will begin at 1 o'clock this afternoon. All of this is being videotaped, and we will get all of that video and bring that to you beginning at 5 o'clock on Channel 9. For now, reporting live in downtown Orlando, Mark Boyle, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.